The Rwandan army forced hundreds of people from Rwanda to join the rebel ranks in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We are calling for an investigation and legal action against the Rwandan authorities that took part in these operations, if this is possible.
M23 rebels deny the accusations, but the United Nations confirms that they have committed war crimes with support from the Rwandan army. Fighting in the east of DR Congo has forced 300,000 people to flee North Kivu since last May.
We now take our second break station. Welcome back. The Gambia National Olympics Committee has handed over an assortment of sporting materials to 10 national sport associations. Modu Estialo was at the presentation ceremony and he reports the event held at the Olympics House was used by authorities at the GNOC to brief the media on the Gambia's participation in the recently concluded London Olympics.
Several national sports associations on Thursday benefited from a variety of sporting materials donated by the Gambia National Olympic Committee. The distribution of the materials to the beneficiary association is the latest in a series of interventions by the GNOC meant to complement efforts of its affiliated member associations. Sporting equipment worth millions of dollars was distributed among 10 different national associations.
We also have to include Paralympic and deaf and combined services. They hardly get anything specific because they're in football, they're in athletics, they're in softball, they're in everything. I think, Mr. President, we have to sit with the national federations to see how we can establish a quota, you know, especially for combined services, because they hardly get anything. All is given to you, but they play your different sports. So I think on a one-on-one basis, we can discuss and see how these things can be administered. The
president of the GNOC, who presided over the distribution, stressed GNOC's continuous collaboration with the affiliated association to promote all sporting disciplines across the length and breadth of the country.
For subvention of 20,000, just to kickstart some of your administrative arrangements. That we have done. We were able to streamline so many areas, and the support that we have given to some of the associations is over 400,000, some over 500,000, in terms of travels, in terms of ticketing, allowances, and also equipment. And we have said that for 2013 we want to concentrate on the associations, giving them the necessary equipment.
The recipients, there wasn't much that they could have said than thank the GNOC.
Gradually we receive excellence. Excellence is not by word of mouth, it's by input. And input we are saying it. We have had the millions that have gone somewhere, and we haven't got the results as expected. If the millions were here in GNOC, I don't think any association will say anything else, but at least excel to the highest height. It's my pleasure to say thank you to all of you on behalf of my colleagues, and know that it's the beginning and we are working towards achieving our goals.
Others appeal to the GNOC to extend their support to include sports infrastructure development and capacity building of members of the affiliated associations.
I would like to say thank you very much for the gifts you've given us. And my statement is more of a plea. And for some of our sports, we really need infrastructure support. And we're talking about decentralization. We're talking about wanting to go to the schools. But the problem there is we have problem with the courts. So I don't know whether you have a strategy for infrastructure support, because that is a problem. The reason
most of the schools, we don't have the basketball or the volleyball facilities in place. If we are to promote sports in those regional schools, that means there is vital need for the provision of this infrastructure. The ministries, education and youth and sports, we've been knocking their doors, but up to now, the doors are not open to ensure that this equipment are provided. We hope with this move by the NOC, if perhaps we knock the doors of the NOC, we will be privileged. At least each of the regions we can have one or two, standard structures in all the regions. Like for athletics, apart from the independent stadium, it's only Farafenni where we have the rolling track. Now, if we can have at least similar rolling track in all other regional headquarters, it's going to help us a lot to successfully organize athletics. Besides the infrastructure, our other area of constraint is the training of our PE teachers.
The event also provides the platform for the GNOC to brief the media on the Gambia's participation in the just-ended 2012 London Olympic Games. Despite returning home without a medal, the admirable performances of the country's two representatives was commended by the president of the Gambia Athletics Association, Alhaji Dudu Kapi Diouf, who saluted Saruba Koli and Suwaibu Sane for their exploits in the 100 meters. Suwaibu reached the semi-finals of the men's 100 meters, running a staggering 10.18 seconds, breaking the national record, whilst compatriot Saruba Koli also did exceptionally well in the heats of the women's 100 meters. Momodes Jalo, GRT Sports.
And before we go, a reminder of our headlines. President Jammeh has decided to put a moratorium on executions in the wake of numerous appeals from within and outside the Gambia. Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara Friday dispatched his senior foreign affairs minister as a special envoy to the Gambian leader. Anti-American riots sparked by the release of a film considered insulting to Islam have escalated to several countries in the Muslim world. And Human Rights Watch has slammed M23 rebels in DRCs for a string of horrible atrocities committed in the North Kivu region. You can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. That brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. Stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Mr. Sonika, the banker just offered you 2,000. Is it a yes or a no?
Definitely a no.
Okay, let's play on.
Yes, you heard it. $50,000 is locked in one of these boxes. You can call it luck or smart. Choose the right box and the content is yours to take home. Or you take a deal from the bank. With Ali's Yes or No game show, everybody wins. Ali's Yes or No game show, coming soon on GRTS.
film jógee film faaxee ko niñ ko defaree nim ñëwee ak film jaar ba egsi si yow Nora Sauce, a new show that brings you all you need to know about what we use every day. Nora Sauce with Rohi Bitey on GRTS.
Friends to win fabulous prizes, but you win only if you answer questions we ask you correctly. To be part of the show, you should know the numbers by now. Type BUDDIES buddies to your favorite network: AfriCell 20 200, QCell 30 300, Chromium 60 600, and Gamcell on 999 0909, and we will call you back. Make sure you have 4 friends ready to participate.